Hey guys, I just want to talk about more of Luggy's lies, this time from Charlotte's Live on TikTok. Once again, he's pushing pure fiction and trying to control the narrative, but we're not letting it slide. Let's break it down. Luggy's out here claiming that police, and even intelligence services, are monitoring every YouTube video, every live stream, every comment, using something he calls keyword loggers. According to him, everything said about the Jay Slater case is automatically flagged in real time, sent off to some case crew, and reviewed the next morning like a daily report. Let's just be honest, that's nonsense. Keyword loggers don't monitor speech. They don't scan live streams. They don't sit in the background listening to conversations on YouTube and TikTok, flagging words like mountains or control room in real time. That's pure fantasy. What Luggy's doing here is confusing local policing with something else entirely. He's mixing up UK police process with the kind of mass digital surveillance the NSA was caught doing in the United States, as exposed by Edward Snowden. Yes, Snowden revealed that intelligence services were secretly gathering huge volumes of data, scanning for terrorist threats. But that's not what's happening here. That's not how British police work. And we're not talking about tracking terror suspects. We're talking about the death of a teenage boy from Lancashire, a death surrounded by inconsistencies, contradictions, and unanswered questions. Completely different world. Completely different laws. And no, keyword scanning software isn't flagging creators for questioning authority. British police aren't camped out watching creators live. There are no officers stationed behind screens, scanning live streams around the clock. There's no intelligence task force, scrolling through YouTube comments or trawling through TikTok panels like a scene out of a spy movie. And while we're here, let's look at who's actually inserting themselves into this case. We see Eddie Guerra, also known as Deniro Little, also known as DexDeniro, Ayub and Rocky's friend, popping up in the live. This is someone who has thrust himself into the center of the conversation, repeatedly commenting, defending, and reacting. Yet since being unmasked, he started using a different name, distancing himself from his previous identity. Why? If everything's so innocent, so above board, why the need to rebrand? Why the aliases? We are not living in some Orwellian surveillance state where saying the wrong word online triggers alarms in a basement bunker. Pushing that kind of narrative is dangerous. It's designed to scare people out of speaking up, to make them think someone's always watching, that they'll get in trouble for even asking questions. In reality, if something said online ends up with the police, it's not because it was automatically flagged by some secret agency. It's because someone, a viewer, a follower, a member of the public, saved the clip, reported it, and sent it in manually. That's not surveillance. That's evidence gathering by the community. That's transparency in action. And that distinction matters, because the people shouting about being watched are usually the ones trying to stop others from watching them. They want you to believe the authorities are already handling it, that you shouldn't dig, that you shouldn't question, that the truth is already known. But what they really fear is exposure. They fear the power of open dialogue, of creators dissecting inconsistencies, of viewers drawing their own conclusions. So, no. The police are not silently tuned into your every live. They're not behind your screen. But the public is. And if you lie, manipulate, or intimidate in plain sight, someone's going to clip it. Someone's going to call it out. And someone's going to send it in. That's not government control. That's accountability. And let's talk about that, because the real question here isn't about the tech. It's about intent. Why are Luggy, Ayub, and even people like Mark Dearden working so hard to shut everyone up? Why do they flood comment sections with fake narratives? Why do they constantly repeat this idea that it's all being handled, or everything's been passed to the control room? Why does it bother them so much when people just talk? If this was really a simple accident, why the obsession with controlling the conversation? Why the panic every time someone posts a video that doesn't follow the script? Why the intimidation tactics, the passive threats, the pressure campaigns? People don't behave like this unless they're worried about what might come out. People don't obsess over silencing others unless they know there are questions they can't answer. And make no mistake, the public sees it. The harder they try to shut us up, the more obvious it becomes. The more they say nothing to see here, the more people start looking. British police aren't watching your lives, but we are. The public is. And if you lie, intimidate, twist the truth, or get caught out in contradiction, you will be clipped, you will be quoted, and you will be challenged. That's not trolling. That's truth-checking. That's justice doing its work from the ground up. So to Luggy, to Ayub, to anyone else pushing this idea that we should all just shut up and move on, ask yourself, why does it bother you so much? Why is it such a threat for people to simply ask questions, to speak openly, to piece things together for themselves? Why are you so invested in silencing people, in controlling narratives, in flooding platforms with noise every time a new voice speaks up? If you were confident in the truth, you wouldn't care. If the story was clean, you wouldn't be scrambling to suppress it. If it really was an accident, you wouldn't need to play Puppet Master online. But instead, we see the opposite. We see coordinated efforts to confuse, discredit, divide. We see desperate attempts to control the timeline, to gaslight the public, to rewrite reality. We see fake concern hiding very real panic. And the more you try to hide the truth, the louder we will speak it. So no, and we're not going anywhere. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. We will keep asking. We will keep watching. We will keep connecting dots. We will keep giving platforms to those who've been ignored, mocked, or silenced. And you will never silence us all. You will never drown out the truth. You can't block it. You can't bury it. You can't spin it into silence. Because every lie you tell adds fuel to the fire. And whether it takes weeks, months, or years, we will get justice for Jay. Not your version of events. Not your twisted official story. Not your closed-door whispers. Real justice, real truth, and real answers. His name will not be buried under your lies. It will be carved into history by the people who refuse to shut up. Thanks for watching, and as always, I look forward to your thoughts and opinions in the comments below.